taking your shower. Jameson, say hi. Oh, you better say hi to Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, Grandpa. Hey, you. What? Yo, yo. What about Sickle Sickle?
Hello all friends and family. This video is for you. I ask you during this video to please keep an open mind, and I ask you to please watch the video in its entirety. Thank you. Complex febrile seizures is what Jameson has. That means that this occurs in 4 to 20 cases where seizures become febrile complex. This means that the seizures last anywhere from 15 minutes or more to about the 20-minute range. And it also means that it reoccurs every 24 hours. Febrile status epilepticus is exactly what febrile seizures are and what Jameson has. However, 1 to 20 cases has shown that febrile status epilepticus is a definition of a seizure lasting more than 20 minutes. And Jameson had that in 2 to 3 occurrings. And that's where he's under, but just wait. Jameson's condition is far more rare and dangerous. And that's what I want to express to the family that doesn't have exactly, I guess, the education that, and maybe that they didn't know exactly what Jameson was going through, but some of them that were there and did see this, I don't think they knew the density of what was happening. So with Jameson's case, and I know a lot of you have seen the videos of Charlotte Fiji, who had 200 seizures a day, and Zakai, who had 200 seizures an hour. And they used this CBD medication, and it, of course, as you saw in the videos, works perfectly. Why we are planning to give Jameson this medication is just because of this. It is far more dangerous in Jameson's case than even if you want to say Charlotte's case at some times, because Jameson, even though he hasn't had a seizure in a year because of the phenobarbital prescription and medication, when Jameson has his seizure, not only is he having a febrile status epilepticus, which means that generally he's going to have a seizure. The next seizure he will have, and what our doctor was saying, is going to be in the epilepticus range. Not only is he having that seizure for more than 20 minutes, which is very dangerous, but he's also having a seizure and having a very high temperature of 103 degrees or over, or at 97.0 degrees, which would be a low-grade fever. So that is what's dangerous about Jameson's condition. The reason we want to do this and introduce him to CBD is we believe that this will be his medicine. We can wean him off the phenobarbital. The phenobarbital has given him hallucinations, his cognitive behavior at home, and maybe others haven't seen this with the hyperactivity, the learning, and the eye contact. And with genetics, we figure out that it's really not his genes, it's this medication, and it's slowly going to deteriorate his liver and kidney function. Most children with his age should not be on phenobarbital at this long periods. So the duration of Jameson's seizures is why we are introducing this medication as a team and as a family, and we want to educate each and every one of you. And our story is Jamo's story, and we went to Colorado, and this is what we figured out. Hello. What is CBD? Cannabidiol. Well, cannabidiol is the second most common component in the cannabis plant. Don't be mistaken. A lot of the medical benefits to cannabis that are attributed by THC or other cannabinoids are actually due to the CBD content, which means that CBD doesn't work without THC in its real potential, and the scientists are figuring out how this can change. And of course, THC won't work without CBD, and people are getting this confused a little bit. So about CBD, very strong and anti-inflammatory properties, inner and outer, which means digestive, diverticulosis, Crohn's, any kind of anti-inflammatory, irritable bowel syndrome, and of course then anti-inflammatory properties like somebody who just had arthroscopic knee surgery, somebody had shoulder surgery, a rash. It heals cuts like Neosporin. Actually, it's 10 times better than Neosporin. A scientific study was done where somebody cut themselves in a time lapse after 8 hours showed that actually the wound healing with this CBD ointment or salve helps the body not make the chemical that causes inflammation. So not only will it help the inflammation, but it actually helps the body prevent inflammation if ever occurring. So if you would have hurt yourself possibly or turned your ankle, this would actually help the inflammation, which inflammation of course causes most of the pain. Number of studies done where they actually gave people an overdose of THC in their body levels and then given CBD, which reversed the effects of THC, which means they were above the level of high, which you could say. They were given CBD and it completely brought down their level and they were back to normal. Very, very interesting. Also, which is to me just astonishing, all the heroin overdoses lately, especially in the Washington County, Wisconsin area, and it's a big thing at the West Bend high schools. People do not have to overdose anymore, and I think the medical community is going to figure out that CBD can be used to save these people's life that are overdosing, and also in rehabs. This would help tremendously. Instead of the lithium and all these anti-convulsants, Depakote, and everything to get somebody off of Seroquel, anything to get off of the drugs. CBD was found to cause cancer cells to commit suicide, and in the video you will see this. This is a huge breakthrough for the CBD community and people like us that are of support, because this is pretty much saying that it is gonna cure cancer. And there's, of course, you watch the video where the doctor does show that coming up. And it preserves the normal cells, so it actually makes your cells healthier. So in return, again, then it will prevent cancer. So CBD is what we call biphasic, and biphasic means that at low dose you feel alert and energetic. With high dose of CBD, of course, then you go into the sedation mode where you're very tired, but it does relax you, and it does still work, and it helps the effects. Excuse me. CBD was also found to protect brain injuries. What we have to understand in all is we are not giving our son a psychoactive drug like he was on phenobarbital. We believe that going this homeopathic way, if you may say, is the best thing for Jameson. When we were in Colorado, we found a doctor and a wellness center where they found our case very, very interesting. And in waiting for Jameson on the wait list with the Real McCare and the Stanley brothers, with thousands of families, we did find a personal wellness center who thought it was interesting, and what they said, and we came together as a team, and West Coast Organics in Pueblo are just amazing people. And what we found out is because of Jameson's hyperactivity gene, which we found, we can actually create, and they can actually create a CBD ointment and plant strain just for Jameson. What they will do is indica is something that will bring down Jameson's hyperactivity. Indica is a strain where it's relaxing, it's a body relaxation, and it will help his cognitive behavior as well. Mixed with the hemp plant and the CBD extract coming together with absolutely no psychoactive effects. We're talking about 15 to 18% CBD with about 0.5 THC. Absolutely no psychoactive effects. Opposed to where we were given Jameson 9 milligrams of phenobarbital, and you can definitely overdose on phenobarbital, and it wouldn't take too much. It'd take like 15 milligrams, maybe 20 milligrams possibly. With CBD and cannabidiol, if administered, he cannot overdose on cannabidiol. It's proven it cannot happen. This is why we want to take this alternative medication route. So I hope you as a family have watched this video and the rest of the videos that continue after this, and I hope that we have understanding, and if not, I ask you this for your prayers, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Target the receptors instead of taking chemicals from the plant. By avoiding the plant, they get around the controversies and complications of its Schedule I status. A search of the U.S. patent database reveals numerous large pharmaceutical companies have filed recent patents claiming their cannabinoid receptor drug has the potential to treat almost everything: multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, rheumatoid arthritis, Tourette's, epilepsy, heart disease, obesity, various mental illnesses, and the holy grail of medicine, a cancer cure.
We feel that these cannabinoids give us an opportunity to study their functions, and see how we can exploit them, how we can manipulate these cannabinoids and the receptors to find cures for a large number of diseases currently in which there is particularly no cure.
As an immunologist, Dr. Nayager Katti and his researchers at the University of South Carolina are exploring the impact cannabinoids and the CB2 receptors have on the human immune system. Both U.S. reports on marijuana found the cannabinoids do suppress the immune system, and previously this was seen as a concern. But Dr. Nayager Katti believes tamping down the immune system could be a good thing. Is a concern, but Dr. Nayager Katti believes tamping down the immune system could be a good thing.
There are about 80 different autoimmune diseases, and basically autoimmune diseases are triggered by your immune system going haywire, getting hyperactivated and destroying certain cells and certain tissues.
In multiple sclerosis, for example, the immune system suddenly begins attacking the brain and the spinal cord. Rheumatoid arthritis and lupus are similar diseases caused by the chronic inflammation associated with an immune system gone amok.
The cannabinoids dampen down response to bacteria or foreign agents or injury to tissues.
A lot of scientists and researchers are interested in those properties of the cannabinoids, in trying to see how we can suppress the immune response in autoimmune disease conditions.
For Dr. Nayager Katti, the research has gone far beyond treating inflammatory problems. He's narrowing in on the potential of cannabinoids to kill immune cells that have mutated and become cancerous. Once they become cancerous, they no longer die a normal cell death. Instead, they begin growing and spreading uncontrollably.